All right, guys, welcome back to the shack. And many of you have watched the channel long enough that you're going to recognize the machine that we're going to talk about today, and that is the xTool D1. Now, this machine kind of revolutionized laser engraving because prior to the xTool D1, most of the machines were like 2.5 to 3 to 5 watt machines. And then xTool releases the D1. It comes on the scene with 10 watts of output, and it was the rage. Recently, the machine has came up a lot in a lot of the lives, and that is what now? What now that xTool has discontinued the xTool D1? What machine is going to take its place, or how are people going to survive that have just recently bought the machine? There's a lot of things that I think need to be discussed around the topic of the end of the xTool D1 era. So let's get to it and see what we can come up with. All right, guys, so this is the machine that started it all for me as far as laser engraving goes. So it was not brand new, but it was still in its early days. This is the original 10 watt non-pro version, used laser box basic. This was the xTool D1 that started xTool for the most part. Prior to that, they'd had a few products, but nothing that had taken success the way that the xTool D1 did. Now, a lot of you guys have recently got into it. You've recently got yourself a D1, and now xTool's saying that they're not going to, be selling it anymore. Where do you go from there? That's the question I keep getting as far as support and that type of thing. Well, all right, guys, so that we don't misspeak or anything, I'm going straight to xTool's announcement page. I will drop a link to this down below in the description if you want to see it. This is where they basically set out their public notice that they'll be discontinuing the machine. As you can see, they're going to be discontinued effective of January the 1st, 2025. So that means it's been a month already since they've taken them offline. One of the things that I did find interesting is that they're gonna continue to do after sales support for the D series products, which only makes sense. I mean, that would be kind of really a bad choice in my opinion if they did not continue to warranty their machines that have already been purchased. Yes. It also says that until 1/10 of 2026, they're going to continue to offer the accessories, being the extension kit, the modules, all the different module swaps, the D1 Pro 10, 20, 40 laser lenses. Now, as far as the lenses goes, I wouldn't freak out too much about that. Those things are pretty generic. Other manufacturers' lenses are basically the same. And even my buddy Steve over at Vintage Workshop sells replacement glass for those. So if that's your biggest concern, that's not a big deal. We can work around that. But that's where they stand on that as far as the continued support of the D1. They are going to continue to support it as far as warranty after sales type stuff, according to this. And they're also going to have accessories available for the period of a year. Actually, about 11 months at the time of this video. But that's good news. So let's get back out here and discuss where do we go from here? What happens next? What happens after that? Well, I will tell you guys, and a lot of you may know, that I believe, and this seems to be where xTool is pointing things, the xTool S1, I think they were kind of hoping that the release of the S1 would kill off the D1 and they wouldn't have to kill it per se. I think maybe they were hoping that when the S1 came out, everybody would flock to the S1 and the D1 would just kind of fade off into the history books. And unfortunately, because this is a great little machine, that didn't happen. But the problem with it is, guys, is there are so many other companies that are making open frame gantry lasers now that have actually better specs, faster speeds, more power, automatic air. There are a lot of companies in the open gantry arena now that are kind of pushing the envelope. You see a lot of reviews. I have reviews of other machines here in the shop, and I will tell you, and nothing against xTool. Like I said, this machine in its heyday was ahead of the game, but I have machines here in the shop that will run circles around the D1 now. And I think because that is such a crowded field, and also because, you know, this is an open style gantry machine, xTool wanted to get into more of the safe, bring it in your house. It's safe around kids, it's safe around animals. You can do it in your living room as opposed to having to have an enclosure. I think that's kind of where they wanted to go with this. And so I think that's why, instead of trying to fight to stay at the top of the game with the open gantries, they shifted their focus to machines like the S1, the P2, some of the other machines. Because I will say this, the only negative going from a xTool D1 to the S1, price, if you figure with the D1 as it was last sold, if you figured the D1 with a 10-watt module, air assist, honeycomb, enclosure, all of the things that come standard with the S1, the price is really getting kind of competitive as far as you're paying almost as much for the xTool D1 as you would be for the S1. Now, I get it. Portability, being able to put this thing up and hang it on a wall like I do, that's not something you're going to do with the S1. So you do lose that. The only other thing is the S1, and I wish xTool had asked me before they built the S1, the S1, unless you get the conveyor, the S1 does lose a little bit of the work area as far as the depth on the y-axis. Now, with the conveyor, you get that back and more. You know, as far as the X goes, you get a bigger work area. This thing is comparable to the Glowforges and the other machines, so the work area is actually wider. It's just not as deep as the D1. You know, they could have added another inch or so of work area to this on the y-axis, and that would have not been an issue at all. But at least you have the option of getting the extension. You can also, with the S1, you do have, and I've got the riser on mine, you do have the ability, if you're doing longer things, even if you don't have the conveyor that goes in here, you can open this riser, you know, put some spacers in there or whatever, add your material. You can move the crumb tray up, set the material on the crumb tray, and you can engrave longer items just like with this guy, because that was one of the flexibilities that I liked about this machine, was being able to sit it on the middle of this table and engrave this table. You lose a little of that, but with the S1, you can still do it. It's just a little more cumbersome. So at the end of the day, guys, I'm not going to knock xTool for their decision to discontinue the machine. Like I said, the open gantry market is flooded with other options. And I'm not going to go, I'm trying to stick with one brand on this video, but I have countless reviews of other machines that are very comparable to the xTool D1, price and ability wise. So that's what I think xTool had hoped was going to happen, was that people were going to just flock away from the D1 to the S1, and then slowly, under cover of darkness, the D1 would just disappear from the website. But unfortunately, it was such a great little machine. So many people liked it. It made such a good reputation in the community. There were so many like groups popped up around the D1. So I don't know that the machine, and this is somebody who I love xTool products. I love the xTool D1. It started the Clack Shack for me as far as the internet and the web-based stuff. But I don't know that the machine was what caused it as much as the marketing that they put into the machine, because the xTool D1 was a marketing dream. Like, it worked. Everybody loves the machine, to the point to where there's a lot of angry people right now. As of January the 1st, xTool no longer sells this machine. So, you know, maybe they need to step up the marketing on the S1 to show people what it is capable of. So we're going to get a little deeper into the S1, because I feel like if you're in the xTool space and you like the diode lasers and you don't want to move up to the expensive CO2s, I think the S1 is probably where you're going to land. So let's talk more about the S1. All right, guys, so as you can see, the S1 is still in my shop. Despite the fact that I have other machines, I do have lots of other diode machines. I have CO2 machines. The S1 to me currently is my favorite when it comes to xTool's machines. I think from somebody from a new standpoint that's just getting into the laser genre, I think this is a really good place to start, because with the S1 they have multiple options for the module. I've currently got my 2-watt IR module on there. I have the 2-watt IR, I have the 40-watt diode, and this is my go-to machine for doing large tumblers and so forth in the way that I've got it set up. Some of the benefits that this machine has over the D1, and the reason that I think it is a better machine for most people than the D1, is you do get the auto air assist. The air assist, the enclosure, all of the things, the honeycomb and all that are pretty much one package. I've got the AP2 air purifier down here. That is another big upgrade with the S1, is you get a lot better exhaust and smoke management and that type of thing, along with the safety of having the shield that covers up the machine. If you open it, it's gonna interrupt the machine. So safety for passerbys, kids, pets, that type of thing, this is definitely safer. Of course, budgeting is a real thing for the majority of us. We can't all run out and spend, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars to get into this. I will say the 10-watt xTool S1, I think I looked at it, it was like $8.99, but that gets you started. You can always update the module and go with a little more power later on if you want, but that would be a good, well-rounded machine. You have the crosshairs in the work area, which are dead accurate. You can also map out your workpiece using the machine. That's a really cool feature, because for placement of items, I have found over the past year or two of having this machine that the crosshairs, mapping it with the software in XCS, is way more consistent and way more accurate than a camera. And I'm a big camera guy. I like a camera. Mostly it's for the visual, I guess, rendering in the work area to be able to see what it's going to look like. But as far as placement of graphics on items, you can't really beat the way that this machine does that. Also, this machine is capable of doing some slightly concave or convex objects, so that if you have like a curved surface, you can map that out and set it to make adjustments. I'm really bad to just split the focus and go with it. But all in all, guys, I think this is where everybody that's in the D1 realm, I think this is the natural place to go. And I'm not sure, like I said, other than maybe the marketing campaign for the D1 was just so good, the machine was so rock solid that it never got dethroned. But the S1, by far, to me, for somebody getting into laser engraving, if you're in the xTool space, and that's where you want to go, because you like the way that they, you like the way they've got everything set up. You think they have a good machine, good reputation, good support. If xTool is where you're going to go and you're brand new, I think this is a no-brainer. The S1, I think, gives you enough tools that you can use it to make money, to get your business started. But I think this would be one that somebody could use to get started. Make sure you like it, get your feet in the door without a lot of overhead. If you bought just the machine, you could budget it and buy it in sections. Get the machine, then you could get the exhaust. They also have a fan if you're not wanting to use it indoors and you want to go a more budget-friendly approach. They do have the automatic fan, which is right here, because I'm not using it because I'm using the AP2. But this fan also works Bluetooth off of the machine, and it is a very powerful fan. So even though the short distances, if you're only going 2 or 3 feet, you don't really need this. You can just use the one that's built in the machine. But if you start going 10, 12, 20 feet, you're going to need this guy. So that's what I like about xTool, is they pretty much, any need that you're going to have with the machine, they've addressed it. As long as you're good with spending the money, they've addressed it for you. So with all of that said, guys, I would like to say thanks to the xTool D1. It's been a fun ride. My xTool D1 has a permanent home hanging here in the shack because, like I said, it was my very first laser here in the shack that I got to use on projects. That thing has made me so much money. It paid for itself within the first couple of months, and then after that I bought an xTool D1, the 20-watt version, the Pro, and then between the two of them, they paid for all kinds of tools that are in this shop. So it's not about, in my opinion, it's not about getting the biggest, best tool on the market. It's about get a tool that you can work and work consistently to make money, to buy more tools, and just repeat and rinse, and just keep doing that until you have the tools that you want. So, and I think, like I said, I think the S1 is the new, it's the new sweet spot as far as the xTool space. If you're just dead set on a gantry machine like the D1, then go check out my other review videos. I got plenty of them out there. There's lots of companies that make those machines, and they make good machines that have even technologies that, you know, no offense, the D1 doesn't have automatic air. The D1 doesn't have the travel speeds of these other machines. So there are better machines in the open gantry style out there. You just got to look. So I hope the video helped you out. And if you haven't looked at the S1, go take a look. I'll drop links down below to the S1, all of these cool attachments that we discussed. And hopefully that'll help you make your decision on where to go after the era of the D1 has ended. All right, guys, so after testing in this shop over 50 some odd lasers, I will tell you, although I am an advocate of xTool for folks that are new and want low headache, low worry, low stress machines, always keep in mind, do your homework, do your research, look around, see what all is out there. And I will tell you for a fact, myself as well as Steve over at Ventari's Workshop, we do honest, fair reviews of the machines. They may not be, you know, we may not tell you how many millions of dollars you can make with the machine, but we're going to give you an honest review, and we're going to tell you whether it's a machine to, you know, that we would add to our shop, what case use we think they're best for, and the pros and cons of those machines. Steve's a little more on the technical side of things, so if that's what you're into, definitely go check out his videos. But also Sunday nights at 7 p.m., every Sunday night at 7 p.m., and pretty much for the past 2 years, we've done a live show. So if you have any questions that I didn't ask in this video, you want to know our opinions on other machines, drop in the live. You can come through my channel or through Steve's channel. Drop in the live, drop your questions in there, and we'll try to get to those. We answer questions, fix machines, give advice, talk about the weather, diets, exercise, you name it. It's liable to be a topic of discussion in the live. But if you hadn't, guys, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, go over to my buddy Steve's and hit that one over there as well. But until next time, I'm going to take my handy little xTool D1, put it back on the wall up here, let it maintain its little place in history, and we'll keep trying lasers out and see what else is out there. So till next time, be safe and have a good day.